Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. This is the review for the AEW Dark Edition on the 24th of August 2021. Man, what a difference between the shows. And I understand they believe in having what amounts to two developmental shows and two national television programs. I don't agree with that. I think it's overkill for a 2-year-old company. I think it's overkill for any national company to have that much television unless you really have something unique that needs to be out there. But I also understand the business side of it being a business. And so, that being said, Dark opens with clips of the CM Punk return on Friday. Taz and Excalibur joined by Ricky Starks for the first 3 matches. Thunder Rosa against Heather Reckless, 223. Thunder Rosa is phenomenal. This is a AEW debut for Reckless. Yet another debut where we let everyone participate just because. Reckless hits an avalanche dropkick and scores a near fall. With double underhook suplexes, Reckless then makes brief comeback, but Rosen catches her with a Russian leg sweep and the Peruvian necktie for the submission victory. News on All Out and Dynamite is announced in the segment narrated by Taz. Why this isn't done week to week in advance, who knows? I mean, they're assuming that their television viewers are internet viewers, and maybe that's true, and maybe it's not. But if you're really a together company, you have symmetry, and people know things no matter how they're watching your program. Anyway, Women's Casino Battle Royal, what a dumb idea, is on the pre-show. And Nyla Rose is the first entrant, with more entrants being announced on Dynamite and on social media. Tomorrow night's Dynamite, or actually what ends up being tonight's Dynamite now, 2 6-man tag matches, Gun Club against the Factory with Paul Wright on commentary and Jon Moxley. Darby Allin and Eddie Kingston with Sting will take on the Wingmen. Peter Avalon. Trios titles are definitely coming, one would think. And I think it's stupid. You're trying to be Mexico, you're trying to be Japan, you're trying to be something that's not going to get over at a level in this country that's going to advance your project or the value of your process. And then Chris Jericho will address fans about his career after his loss. Varsity Blondes with Julia Hart defeating Rush Jones and Braden Lee, 236. Why even put gear on for a match that's 2.5 minutes? Match is a squash for the Blondes to shine before ending up, one-on-one with the Lucha Brothers tomorrow night. And, of course, the Lucha Brothers are probably going to win, which is sad because there's more money in the Blondes than there is the Lucha Brothers, especially the way they've been portrayed. Roaring elbow by Garrison on Jones, and Junior hits the air Pillman, sets up for a pin from Garrison. Powerhouse Hobbs with hooks defeats Captain Shawn Dean, 38 seconds. Dean's got so much promise, and you're feeding him into a squash. I don't get that. Dean starts off catching Hobbs with a drop kick and a DDT. Hobbs immediately comes back with a spinebuster and finishes him off with a town business in under 45 seconds. Hook chokes out Dean with a Dragon Sleeper after the match. And Britt Baker interview comes up next here. Tony Schiavone interviews Women's Champion Britt Baker and Rebel and Jamie Hayter. It's all about Red Velvet, who Hayter will face on Wednesday. I don't know enough about Hayter to really comment much, but I will say she's got more going on for her than Red Velvet does. Velvet was overpushed to begin with, and no. Hayter addresses the crowd. Velvet runs in to attack her, but overpowered by Hayter. And Baker and Hayter are setting up a curve stomp on the women's belt, but Statlander runs in and chases the heels away. Dante Martin and Alan Five Angels basically have a high spot match here, 5 minutes, and Martin gets a good reaction from the crowd. This is what this crowd wants. I don't think it's actual wrestling. I think it's gymnastics, but if that's what your audience buys, then that's what you give them. Angels hits a moonsault from the middle rope to the floor. Martin hits a double jump springboard moonsault for near fall, and they go to the apron. Martin takes him down. Angels follows up with a flatliner into a Koji clutch, but Martin is able to counter into a pin attempt. Angels then hits a break, and Martin scores pinfall after straightjacket. Death Valley Driver, an impressive singles run continues. Then we get the final match of the day. I refuse to call this a main event because it's not. Well, actually, no, it's not the final match of the day. I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because of where it was placed. Anyway, Lucha Brothers with Alex Abrahantes and Pac defeating Aaron Solo and Nick Kanemaru 607. This does not need to go that far. Penta takes off the glove and tosses it to Abrahantes, who drops it and gets booed by the crowd. So I guess that's a spot now. They repeat it in the spot, and the crowd cheers. I guess inner comedy. Camarano and Solo do a few double teams maneuver. Penta comes back a bit. Solo catches Phoenix with a German suplex for a 2 count. Solo hits a corkscrew kick for another near fall. Phoenix comes back with a series of kicks on both opponents, and they do hit the Made in Japan for near fall. Penta sets up Solo for a package pile driver. Kanemaru runs in, hits a clothesline. Solo hits a jackknife cover for near fall. Double team cutter and double team Jay Driller on Solo. Penta covers for the win. Some people say this is good. I say this is just, it's spots for the sake of spots, but it is what it is. Anyway, Dark Order, John Silver and 10 defeat Kyle Hero and Isaiah Moore, 151. Again, under 2 minutes. Why even have them get dressed? Alex Reynolds is not in the match because his wife had a baby. I'm not necessarily a fan of the whole give people off because they have kids thing. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I get it, but then I don't. But then I also came up in a time when you pushed through. You missed birthdays. You missed time with your significant other. You missed to try and make it. And I'm not a fan of things getting softer in society as a whole or in the entertainment business. Anyway, so Powerbomb is hit on Moore, and Silver follows up with a helicopter slam. 10 gets pinned with the full Nelson deal. And then Best Friends Arn Cassie, Willie Yuza, and Chuck Taylor with Chris Statlander defeat TH2 and Matt Hardy with the Bunny and the Blade. 702, Cassidy and Hardy have a singles match against each other tomorrow night. So, of course, we need to overexpose them. Cassidy out wrestlers Angelico early. Yuta and Evans have a reasonably similar exchange with Yuta out wrestling Evans. Taylor gets a tag in a near fall on Evans. Hardy interferes and gets the heels the advantage back. Hardy works over Taylor and heel in the corner. Hardy hits a Hangman's neckbreaker on Taylor and then taunts Cassidy from the outside, puts his hands in his pockets. Hardy then walks into a soul food from Taylor, and Yuta gets the tag. And Helico gets a tag for his team. Yuta hits a series of dropkicks on both members of TH2. Hardy then sends them to the floor. Yuta then comes up on all fours and then hits a springboard crossbody. Back in the ring, Taylor hits Angelico with a Uranagi, follows by Yuta, and Cassidy splashes off the top rope. TH2 gets a near fall after double stomp back suplex combo on Cassidy, and Hardy hits side effect on Cassidy, and Angelico gets another near fall. Babyfaces manage triple suplex on both members of TH2. Referee gets distracted, and Yuta hits a German suplex on Angelico. Evans hits Yuta with a standing Skywalker press, and there's a confrontation between everybody. Shin kicks. Cassidy hits a spinning DDT on Hardy, and Evans pulled Hardy out before Cassidy can hit the orange punch, and Cassidy gets pinned on Angelico by sitting on a sunset flip and cradling the legs. Post-match, Cassidy hits Angelica with the orange punch and a group hug, and the best friends close the show. Again, not a show that needs to be seen, but at the same time, they're trying and they're tightening up the length of the shows, which is a good thing overall. Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.